the battlefield, and that'll work out. But we'll have to see what comes of this. Alright, so going into the second game here, we'll see. Hopefully those Pyroblasts make a difference and BV can get one of his guys into play finally. So starting off, BV is going to go first. Definitely a little bit helpful for him. You want to get that aggression going as early as possible. It allows you to get that second land drop before your Delver opponent. Oh, and has to drop to 6. Hopefully he is, again, just digging for something, because Measle is going to keep. And he's going to keep this hand at 6. Again, it's going to, if he gets that second land drop before Measle gets his second land drop, it means that he has that opportunity to get down and Kiln Fiend before Measle can counterspell. But he does get a pretty nice start with the Delver of Secrets. Not any better turn 1 play that you want to see as a Delver player. Second land does come down, so that's good. We didn't see BV get totally screwed out on this one. Does he have the Kiln Fiend? Oh, no, unfortunately, it looks like he's going to have to ponder. Hopefully, I guess the only other kind of saving grace here would be a turn 2 Delver of Secrets to keep that early aggression going, provide him some kind of blocker for it. But we will have to see what they can come up with here. Is the Delver going to flip? First opportunity, it does. He's going to reveal and exclude, which is not what BV wants to see. A bit of an oddity there. Measle is running 2 copies of exclude in the main deck, something that many Delver decks are not running. As I said in the first game there, Measle's Delver deck is very heavy on counter spells, something that you would see more from a regular... Oh, and 1 land there. Did he keep a 1-land hand in response to Lightning Bolt? He does have a Hydroblast. So that's definitely unfortunate for BV, but that would, I guess, explain why Measle kept a 1-land hand if he had Delver plus Hydroblast. But he is tapped out now. BV has an opportunity here. 3 lands, could throw down as Cyclops if he has it, but he's only got 4 cards in hand. The smaller the hand gets for the eye candy player, the worse off it is. So we'll have to see what is going down. A little bit of thought. I'm guessing that he doesn't actually have the creature he needs. Instead, going to have to just draw cards here. But this will be a pretty clutch keep here for Measle. If he sticks with the 1-land hand, maybe he actually had more than 1 Hydroblast. And going to get a Kiln Fiend. Looks like he finally manages to land that, and that's pretty fantastic. That's really good for BV. That's what he needs to do. Once he gets this creature onto the field, he's finally in a pretty good spot. Measle maybe not with a land just yet. Going to cast Brainstorm here. Probably going to dig for a second. Though it still leaves him open for the win for BV on this turn. Oh, and a Hydroblast. Man, he might have kept that. That would have been pretty devastating. 3 cards in hand, he would have drawn into a 4th. Pretty good opportunity for Eye Candy to win that. You don't need very much. I think it's 4 spells to win. As long as one of those is Double Strike and an unblockable. Oh, but he does have a Pyroblast. Excellent. Fantastic. So we still may see it, though. Only 2 cards in hand now for BV. That means it's going to be even harder for him to combo out this turn and win. We'll have to see. Hopefully he got some draw spells. There is a Ponder. We might see this actually happen. Kiln Fiend up to 4 attack now. And it looks like Measle did leave back that Delver to provide a blocker. Oh, one of those is a land. That's unfortunate. Hopefully BV... Oh, and a Cyclops. Okay, so that's unfortunate. He's still going to attack through. See if Measle's willing to trade here. And it looks like he will, just to get that Kiln Fiend off the field. Very bad spot for BV to be in. 1 card left in hand, though he does have a Cyclops on the field. Cloud Fairy is going to come down here from Measle. Whew, this is going to be tough. Hopefully BV can find some draw. He's going to have to kind of stall for a couple of turns, and I think he can do it. As long as he doesn't draw into too much more land. Throwing out a Delver here, maybe he's trying to eat up a counterspell. Really doesn't do anything for him, because it is not, obviously, an instant or sorcery. So definitely throw it out there. It's a pretty good move. Gets rid of a counterspell. It looks like he opened it up. Oh, man. Pretty terrible draw here for this team Mealworms so far. Cloud Fairy is coming through. Does Measle have a Ninja to go with it? It looks like he does. Going to draw up now to 6 cards in hand. We do know, obviously, one of those is a Cloud of Fairies. Still on 2 lands, though. Obviously not hurting him too bad. Last game, kind of interesting. We saw him get up to 6, which is a little bit high for Delver. But this time around, oh, God, and top decked into another Cyclops. Oh, man. I feel so bad for them at this point in time because this is just brutal. He's managed to land the creatures he needs to win this game, but he's not finding the spells to go with it. And this is kind of where Eye Candy, you know, it's so hit or miss because if you don't find the spells you need to combo out, you're just looking at creatures. I mean, these Cyclops have Defender, and they can't attack unless you play a spell. So, I mean, he's not going to be able to make an attack here, Measle, as far as the ninja goes, because he's sitting across from 4 Cyclops wall. Let's see what... Oh, and a land. God, this is terrible. We pop open his graveyard real quick. I mean, he hasn't gone through that much of his draw spells. He's only gone through 2 Ponders. And looking at his list, he does have 4 Probes. That would just cantrip him something. Shadow Rift, 3 copies of that. Ponders, Preordains, plenty of opportunities to draw cards, but that Delver does flip. It's going to reveal a Snap, which is definitely unfortunate for BV to see. That Snap is going to easily be able to remove any creature that he finally combos out with. So if he does get those spells, he may have to kind of play this slow, you know, casting 1 at a time, attacking through with 3 Cyclops in hopes of, and another Ninja coming back on that Cloud of Fairies. Going to draw him yet another card. This is a game that probably could not go any better for Measle and could not go any worse for BV. And that's really kind of how it's played out so far. I think, like I said, the only way for him to get through this is going to be kind of slow casting this game, being able to attack through with multiple Cyclops at a time. 1 card in hand. Curious to see what it is. I mean, obviously you would leave one back to block ninjas, but there are 2 ninjas on the field. Going to continue to do damage 4 through the air, putting BV down to 6 if he doesn't have another ninja on this. And what is the play? Oh, he's going to snap. Does he have 3 snaps? 1 goes down, 2 goes down, removing both Cyclops. Going to be able to attack through, at least draw off a single ninja here. He's going to obviously block 1 with the Cyclops, but still going to be able to do 6 damage, putting BV down to 4, and drawing a card from Measle, putting him up to 4 cards in hand. And that is unfortunate. Looks like one of those was a land. Spire Golem comes down. This is unfortunately over. I don't think there is anything BV could do at this point in time to come back from this. And Gush coming out. Yeah, I don't think there's anything BV could do to pull this out. 3 cards in hand, 2 of them are Cyclops, sitting across from plenty of damage through the air to finish him off. And even an Electrickery, he would need 2 of those to just kill off the Delver and Fairy. Spire Golem would still be around and finish him off in 2 turns. Actually, no, he'd be dead, basically, because if Measle just attacked through with the ninjas, he'd only be able to block 1. He would have spent 4 mana to kill through the Flyers. I don't think there's really anything that could be done here. Looks like he's going to play it out a little bit. Throws down a Cyclops. But again, I think it's game because he's got a single Electrickery. All right. It's still game, though. Plenty of damage through the air is going to finish this off. And it looks like Measle's going to take this team down 2-0 so far. 1 game left. It looks like it will end up being Measle and Delver versus... let's scroll down here. Reckoner and Hexproof. So quickly got out of that game. Reckoner and Hexproof coming up in just a second here.